Hi, everyone. So let's go ahead and go through this warm-up really quick. So first thing we're asked to do is determine the type of function. So looking at our equation, the first thing that I notice is there's an exponent here of 2, and that exponent applies to our variable x. And I know that anytime I have an x squared, this is a quadratic function, and my graph is going to be a parabola. Next thing they ask us to do is create a table and graph for the function. So I'm going to create a table here off to the side. I'm sorry, my handwriting's a little messy on my computer for X and Y. And I can see my graph goes from -4 to 4. I'm going to squish in and just do -3 to 3 and see what we get. We want a decent range of X values because we know if our function's quadratic, we're plotting a parabola, those values are going to either decrease and then turn around and go back up, or they're going to increase and then turn around and go back down. And I want to make sure I've left enough room to see that change in direction. So to find our y values, we're going to take that function, and everywhere we see an x, we're going to plug in that value in our table. So -3 minus 1 squared plus 2. -3 minus 1 is -4. -4 times itself is positive 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. And we're just going to continue this pattern all the way down. So this is going to give me -3, which is going to be 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And -1 squared is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Zero squared plus 2 is 2. And I can start to see that I'm turning around because 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So without even calculating, because I know this is a quadratic function, I'm willing to bet that this next row is going to be 6. And you should definitely check. But the last thing we're going to do is go ahead and plot that. You'll notice those first two values don't fit, and that's okay. So we'll start here with the negative, x is -1, and work our way down. So -1 and 6, 0 and 3, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and then 3 and 6. And we can see that characteristic parabola here. Again, I apologize for my horrible computer drawing. There is something cool I want to point out while I have your attention, which is we know that if we were to graph y equals x squared, that when x is 0, we're at 0. When x is 1 or -1, we're at 1. We know 2 squared is 4. And so we get a similar shape here. So the graph that we just drew looks a lot like x squared, except that it's been shifted forward 1 and up 2. And And those two values are coming from here and here. We're going to talk more about that transformation, that um, translation around the coordinate plane with our shapes in the next module. But start keeping an eye out for those values in our quadratic function and the effect that they're having on that U shape that we know we always get from quadratics. All right. If you have any questions, you can send me an email or talk to the guest teacher today. You're going to work on a team task, and I will see you tomorrow.